Well, good morning, everyone. I'm outside, a little bit of wind, so I hope you can hear me okay this morning. I told you wanted to continue to talk about fear and start talking about how to deal with fear. We talked about how damaging fear is. Fear damages your mind, your brain, and even eventually your body. And so we have to learn to start paying attention to the warning signals. God gives us warning signals, and those are usually negative emotions of some kind. And when we start paying attention to those, we can recognize those as God's gift. The reason they're a gift is like getting a splinter somewhere on your body, and you don't ignore that splinter. You know exactly where the pain is. You go to the pain and you pull it out. But yet, for some reason, with negative emotions and with fear, what we do is just try to ignore it or just cope with the pain. And we never really get down to the root and pull it out. And so if you left a splinter in your finger, what would happen is over time that would become infected. And if we didn't pay attention to that, then eventually it may infect your whole finger and then your whole hand and then your whole arm. And now you're really in trouble. Well, that's a great picture of how fear works when we don't deal with it. Instead, we just try to cope with it or cover it up or run from it. And so we can begin to see fear as our friend. And so the minute we begin to feel fear, anxiety, any of those kind of things, say, okay, wait, there's a negative emotion. And then what I like to think of is it's like pulling it from your subconscious mind into your conscious mind, okay? Because as long as we just try to stuff it and push it back into our subconscious mind, it's just going to fester and grow into bigger problems of toxic thinking. So to me, when we pull it from our subconscious mind into our conscious mind, that's where we can begin to do business with it. So the key is not ignoring it. The key is acknowledging it, embracing it, and making it your friend. It doesn't mean we're going to hang on to it. It means we're going to deal with it and ask God what to do with it. That may be walking right into the fear, right through the fear. Sometimes God may eliminate the fear, but most of the time we still have to deal with it, but we just have to know the truth about how to do that. So the idea of pulling it from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind is like taking something out of the dark and pulling it into the light where we can see what it is and we can begin to do something with it. So that's the whole process, is don't run from it, embrace it, bring it out into the light or bring it to the conscious mind, and then begin to talk to God about it. And remember, what we talked about is fear is false evidence appearing real. Now, that doesn't mean the situation that's causing fear is not real. It's real, but we don't know what the truth is, because what's real is not always what's true, but what's true is what's always real. So pull that out into the light. Tell God, here is the way I see you. This is the way I see me. This is the way I see others. This is the way I see the situation. And tell him your truth. Tell him what's really going on. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to make it all polite. Don't try to make it all Christianese. Don't use all these Christian cliches. Just talk to God and be honest with him. Remember, we have this walking, talking relationship with God. And because of that, what happens is when we bring our lies or our fear or our anxiety or whatever that negative emotion is, and we begin to bring that into the light and give that to God, give that to Jesus, and begin to ask him, then confession, telling the truth, that's all it is. Confession is just telling the truth. Tell God the truth. And then after you've told him the truth, ask him, God, what do you want me to know? And what do you want me to do? And then listen. And again, write it down. I encourage you to write it down, because something happens when we begin to write it down. The Bible tells us that you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So if we want to be set free from fear, what we have to do is begin to exchange the lies for the truth. And the way we do that is bring it from the subconscious into the conscious, or from the darkness into the light, and just be honest with God. That's confession. And then let him tell us the truth. That's repentance. And what that leads to is things begin to change in form. Okay? So that's just a pretty big, simple overview. And that's all I want to share with you today. We'll take more steps on this in coming days. I'm away out of town for a few days, so I may be hit or miss this week, but I'll try to get on here at least a couple times and we'll keep this ball moving forward. As always, if you want to talk about it, if you want some help walking through this, hit me up. Love to help you. Have a great day.